What's really good? It's your boy Spider-Man here for Hill Kaiju, and we have another week of WWE content in the books leading up to the greatest Royal Rumble that just took place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And hey, just in case you missed it, because you work a regular job and you're not able to get off to watch a WWE special on a Friday at 12 Eastern, 11 Central, we got you covered. This is your standing 10 count. Over this past week, the wrestling community was shocked to hear about the passing of one of our greatest treasures. On April 18, 2018, Bruno Sammartino sadly passed away, and at the beginning of the week on Monday Night Raw, WWE paid tribute to him with the rest of the wrestling community looking on. With the roster standing at the top of the stage, they gave a moment of silence to his time, his life, and his work inside and outside of the ring, and he will sorely be missed. Kicking off the greatest Royal Rumble event in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, John Cena faced off against the Viking beard-wearing Triple H in front of a hot and raucous crowd thirsty for WWE action. Trading off finishers left and right, the two had a bout reminiscent of their early 2000s work, which saw John Cena ending the match with an AA and a mic in his hand. He wanted to let the world know that no matter what's going on in his universe, he's still here for the WWE universe. On Tuesday on 205 Live, the Cruiserweights put on a gauntlet match to see who would face Cedric Alexander for his Cruiserweight title at Greatest Royal Rumble. The match put together TJP, Drew Gulak, Mustafa Ali, Tony Nese, and Kalisto, which saw the masked high flyer outlast his other four opponents just to win the right to have his match on Friday in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. With Kalisto facing off against Cedric Alexander, we see their two styles complement each other perfectly. Kalisto's more high-flying and quickness matching up with Cedric Alexander's more power and soul-based offense. Cedric Alexander successfully retains his title, proving once again that he does not need to be relegated to the kickoff, nor does the rest of the Cruiserweights. In the United States title match, Jinder Mahal gets his first and final chance to regain his title against Jeff Hardy. Jinder Mahal showed that he knew how to scout out much of Jeff Hardy's offense, taking control throughout the majority of the match before a wily veteran in Jeff Hardy sought to dispatch with him with a swanton bomb and send him home back to Raw with his tail tucked between his legs and hopefully a host of new challenges and feuds in the cards for him. The Intercontinental title brought us a fatal four-way ladder match between four powerhouses that reminds you that WWE's future is indeed very bright with some amazing talent. Finn Balor, The Miz, Samoa Joe, and champion Seth Rollins all put their hearts and their bodies on the line just for a taste at gold and what can easily be seen as the match of the night, which ended with Seth Rollins literally snatching the title away from the outstretched hands of Finn Balor. The look on Finn's face as he was just inches away from having the title in his hands, only to see Seth Rollins jump from out of nowhere, race up the ladder, snatch it away, and fall down with his title wrapped in his arms was just, it blesses my heel heart. The Superstar Shakeup saw the shuffling of a few teams and the creation of one more, with Bray Wyatt teaming up with Matt Hardy. The Deleter of Worlds, quite possibly my favorite team name, with the worst and my least favorite entrance theme, teamed up against The Bar for the newly vacated Raw Tag Team titles. While this team seemed to come from out of nowhere, they remind you that great storytelling and character work still has a place in WWE as they claim the Raw Tag Team titles for the very first time. On the flip side, for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, the Bludgeon Brothers retain by easily dispatching with the Usos, which leaves us with more questions than it does answers. Namely, where is the tag team division going on the Blue brand? And with Sanity on the horizon, will they be the ones to finally dispatch with the Bludgeon Brothers? With a match that was on again, off again, and on again, with rumors abound as to the reasoning why and what's going on backstage, we finally got to see Rusev go up against The Undertaker in a casket match. Now, during WrestleMania, we saw Undertaker easily defeat John Cena in a few minutes. Now, would the same fate befall Rusev Day? Kind of, yeah. With Aiden English in tow, Rusev shows you why Rusev Day became such a big hit and is wildly over despite being constantly wasted on the main roster. After stuffing both Rusev and Aiden English in the casket, Undertaker continues his redemption tour, retirement tour. I don't know what you would call it, but we'll see what's next on the agenda for the dead man. It's not often that you'll see an encore match on a throwaway special like Greatest Royal Rumble do better than the match prior on the grandest stage of them all, but we got that with the WWE title bout between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. We saw emotion, we saw carnage, we saw animosity, things that were somewhat lacking in the WrestleMania bout as the two put on a great match, which ended in a double countout as AJ Styles refused to stop putting the boots to Shinsuke Nakamura. I guess after you get elbowed and punched in the fun bags one too many times, you kind of feel some kind of way. The story is sure to continue with both AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and right now, the WWE title picture looks bright as ever. Now for the Universal title match, I had some thoughts. If Roman Reigns managed to successfully defeat Brock Lesnar and take the Universal title away from him, I'd have hated it. Not for any Roman Reigns hatred. Honestly, the guy has been putting in some great work and I've been loving what he's been doing in the ring, but because the story would have been horrendous. You're telling me that Roman Reigns, on the grandest stage of them all, with the world watching, wasn't able to defeat Brock Lesnar in a regular match, but in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, while the rest of the world is toiling away at work, he finally gets to defeat Brock Lesnar in the steel cage? Nah, son. Luckily, that didn't happen, because we got a finish which saw Roman Reigns spear Brock Lesnar clean through the cage, and he technically was out of the cage before Roman Reigns did. His back hit before Roman's feet did or something. I honestly don't know if this was the best finish or even if this match needed to happen at Saudi Arabia, but Brock Lesnar retains, and Roman Reigns once again is on the hunt. The big dog's gonna hunt. The Greatest Royal Rumble ever had 50 entrants, and honestly, it was kind of a mess, but in a good way. Wrestling is meant to evoke emotion, make you think, but it's also meant for you to turn your brain off and have a good bit of fun. And that's kind of what happened during this hour-long plus match. We had some returns in Mark Henry, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, and the Great Khali showing up with the fourth one, hobbling down to the ring just to put on a show for the fans to see and have fun and enjoy. We saw Titus Worldwide slip and fall and slide all the way underneath the ring on his way to the Royal Rumble. We saw Daniel Bryan last for well over an hour before Big Cass finally eliminates him, and we saw Bobby Lashley damn near kill the poor guy with a brain buster. Again, it was a mess of a match. Messy and fun, just how I like it. In the end, Braun Strowman gets the win, a shiny trophy, and apparently a new belt just for the event. Don't think he's going to be defending that anytime soon. And we are finished. That is 10, and hopefully I didn't ramble on like a certain Chicago rapper's Twitter feed. I see you, Kanye. I see you. Once again, this is Spotty Minutes chucking the deuces up for Hill Kaiju. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe so you can see all this fresh new content that we provide for you every day and every week. And we hope to see y'all again. Keep it smashing.